Hello and welcome to Wellbeing Café. Thank you so much for joining for practice. Today we will focus on the neck, shoulders, back, and inner thigh area. For our class, you may want to have 2 blocks and a blanket or pillow, but know that if you do not have any of these props, that is also perfectly okay. We'll go ahead and get started. Take a nice, comfortable seat. Nice tall spine. Gently close down the eyes. We'll start with 4-5-7 breath, where we inhale for a count of 4, hold for a count of 5, and exhale for a count of 7. We'll take one clearing breath together. Deep inhale. Exhale to the bottom of your lungs. Inhale 2, 3, 4, hold 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Inhale 2, 3, 4, hold 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Inhale, hold, exhale, inhale, hold, exhale. Take 2 more rounds at your own pace. Once you finish your second round of 4-5-7 breath, breathe deeply into your body and exhale fully. Notice if you feel any different from the start of class. Maybe your energy has begun to settle. Take a moment here to notice where your body feels tension or stress. And scan through from the top of the head to the bottoms of the feet. Once you're ready, gently blink open the eyes. And we'll get started with our first pose. We will start with our legs in butterfly, with the soles of the feet together and the knees out wide. It may feel nice here to place a blanket or pillow underneath the hips to create more space. And additionally, if it would feel nice to have extra support on the outside of your thighs, you can go ahead and put them there. It can help reduce too much strain in the inner thigh area. Sit up nice and tall. And take all the time you need setting up your props and finding a pose that feels comfortable yet intense. And notice that if the pose begins to get painful, that you should move out of the pose and maybe add in a few props. Maybe move the feet slightly forward to increase the space, or come into a different pose entirely, maybe an easy seat. Once your legs are set up in butterfly pose, interlace your hands and bring them to the back of your head, the base of your skull. Deep inhale here, and exhale, allow the weight of the head to fall forward and the elbows to follow as well. We're aiming to feel a nice stretch in the back of the neck and the upper spine. Here, we do not want to press against the backs of our heads to pull them downward. We actually just want to allow the hands to rest on top to increase the weight. We'll be here for 1 minute. Allow your body to relax and come to your edge. Maybe leaning forward with the chest if you'd like to increase the stretch in the inner thigh and outer hip area. And know that you can add or remove props at any time during our long holds. notice here where you feel the sensation and where you feel the sensation the most. Maybe it's in the inner thigh or the hips. Is it the lower back or upper back? The neck or shoulders? As long as these sensations are not painful, they are perfectly okay. But know that if the intensity ever becomes too much, or especially if the pose becomes painful, gently lift out, add or remove a prop, and see how it feels to come back into the pose in that way. Deep inhale, and exhale. Slowly and gently lift your torso up. Bring the elbows wide, and then slowly bring them down. Take movements with the shoulders here. Move the neck side to side, re-inviting blood flow and movement into this area. And once your shoulders and neck feel ready, take your right ear over top of your right shoulder, open up through the side of the neck. An option to stay here or to bring the right hand to the left side of the head and allow gravity to deepen the stretch without actively pressing the hand, simply allowing it to lay on the side. The left hand can either stay on the ground, can lift up with fingers pointing towards the head, or you can place a block or bolster, pillow underneath this hand at any height to increase or decrease the sensation. We'll be here for 1 minute. Breathe into the side of your neck. Relax the toes. Deep inhale. Exhale slowly. Release. You may want to use your left hand to take your right hand off of your head. And invite movements into the shoulders, into the neck. And once you're ready, we'll go to the other side. Left ear comes over top of the left shoulder. An option to bring the left hand to the right side of the head. And an additional option to either keep the right fingers on the ground, to lift them up to a block, or to lift them in the air. Allow your muscles to relax here as we enter into the connective tissues and the fascia, letting them know that it's safe to open up. Deep inhale and exhale. Slowly lift out of the pose. Lift the left arm off of your head. Invite movements to the shoulders. And this time, bring your hands to the outsides of your legs and bring the soles of the feet to the ground. Take any movements that feel good in your body, such as windshield wipering the legs side to side, or circling through the shoulders, maybe opening and closing the chest. Allow these movements to feel good in your body, to release tension. And when you're ready, bring the soles of the feet to the ground with the knees pointed towards the sky. Cross the right arm underneath the left and give yourself a hug. Lean the chest forward and set the elbows in between the legs. Open up the arms to the sides, and from here, allow your knees to fall apart. Reach your edge here. You may feel the stretch in between the shoulder blades or right on the sides of the shoulders here. Take the knees as wide as you would like and allow gravity to pull down on your body, allowing the torso to dive even deeper forward, as if you're melting into the ground. Know that all of these poses will look different in our bodies because each body is different and unique in its own way. The way that we move and our mobility and our flexibility, among many other things, is dependent on the experience we've had so far in our lifetime, in our year, our week, our day, the past hour. It's constantly changing, ebbing and flowing. So there is no need and no reason why you should compare yourself to any other person or even yourself from day to day. We are living in a state of fluidity, of constantly changing. And this also means that we can help ourselves more as we become more aware of this ebb and flow and this change. What is it that you need today the most? Some days we may need to push harder and go faster and work harder, but other days we simply need to rest and recover, allow ourselves to be. Check in with how you feel today and what it is that you could use the most in this moment. Prepare your body to move from the pose. Deep inhale. And exhale, slowly lift out. Gentle engagement in the core. Then bring the knees together, the soles of the feet on the ground. Circle out through the wrists and arms. Welcome movement into the shoulders and neck. Take any other poses that feel good. Maybe the windshield wipers once again. Or coming into reverse tabletop. Or maybe seated cat-cows. Allow your body to tell you what counter poses it needs today. Our bodies can tell us the best counter poses, and the best counter poses are the ones that feel the best in our bodies. So allow this to feel good. And whenever you're ready, return with soles of the feet on the ground and knees pointing towards the sky. Arms go out wide. Deep inhale, open. Exhale, left arm underneath right. Give yourself a big hug. Bring the elbows down towards the knees. Allow the arms to open up and allow the knees to fall out wide. allowing you to reach your edge in this pose. And notice if this feels different than the first side that we did. Because not only can we not compare our own selves between each given day or hour or year, we also can't compare both sides of our bodies because they have different needs and they have also had different experiences. What can you learn about yourself from this? Prepare your body to move from this pose. Inhale deeply. Exhale, slowly and gently lift out of the pose. Bring the knees back together. Uncross the arms and move in any ways that feel good. For me, it feels nice to open up the chest and windshield wiper the knees after this pose. But take movements on your own, maybe closing your eyes and feeling into your body, allowing the movements to become intuitive and direct response to what your body is telling you. When you're ready, go ahead and come to your knees into seated position. For our next pose, you may want to have a blanket or bolster or block on the right side of your mat, directly in the center. And bring one of your blocks up to the front if you have one, just in case, and lower down to your belly. Bring the right arm out long, in line with the shoulder. Bend through the left knee. Press into your left hand as you come up and over into open wing pose. The head can come to rest on a block, and the foot or leg can rest on top of a pillow or bolster, You can additionally straighten this leg if you'd like, or keep it bent. I notice that sometimes when I keep this leg bent, I'll get a cramp somewhere in the hamstring or glute. So if that is happening to you, it might be a good idea to straighten out the bottom leg. The left hand can come either overhead to deepen. It can support you right by your chest, or you can come into a half bind with the left hand reaching for the right hip. If you would like to increase the intensity of this pose, you can also cactus out the right arm and roll up and over onto the shoulder. Take your time setting up and finding which variation is best for you today. You may feel intense sensation in the back of the shoulder blade, maybe in the chest muscles. Notice where you feel the sensation. Maybe here you would like to invite ocean breath, an audible, calming, ocean-like breath that can help to settle the nervous system and increase relaxation in the body. We'll take one clearing breath together. Deep inhale and exhale. Deep inhale. Engage the whisper muscles at the back of the throat as if you're fogging up a mirror. And exhale. The mouth remains closed in this breath, but if you'd like to practice the fogging up a mirror sensation just to feel it, you can bring your left hand in front of your mouth and inhale deeply and exhale as if you are fogging up a mirror. You can go through this breath a few more times and then try making the same exact sound while closing the mouth. Prepare your body to move from the pose. Deep inhale. Exhale. Slowly return to your belly, using your left hand to support you as you come down. Remove the block. Tap out the right fingers to return blood flow. Bring both hands underneath your forehead. Shift the hips from side to side to lessen the tension in the lower back. An option to bend through the knees as well, and come into windshield wipers. And once you're ready, straighten through the legs. You may want to move your bolster to the opposite side now. The left arm goes out long in line with your shoulder, coming either into a straight line or the cactus shape if you'd like more intensity. Bend through the right knee and come up and over into open wing. Take your time setting up on this side, maybe placing a block underneath your head. Reach your level of intensity, your edge for the day, in the left shoulder blade and left chest area. Take any variation with the right hand, maybe coming into a bind or reaching towards the top of the mat, or using it as support right next to your chest. Breathe into your body and allow the tight spaces to loosen up. prepare your body to move from the pose. Deep inhale. Exhale, slowly return to your belly, using your right hand as support as you go. Move the block off the mat if you have it, then shake the hips from side to side. Take any other movements that feel good, maybe windshield wipering the legs. Before we come into our final resting pose, I'd like to say thank you so much for joining in this class today. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please like, subscribe, leave a comment below and let me know what you think and also what you'd like to see in the future. And with that, we'll go ahead and get into our final resting pose. We have two options. The first one is to come into Shavasana with the legs out long, and the hands resting either by the sides or one on the belly and one on the chest. Our second option is to come into fish pose, to take one more long hold to open up the neck, the shoulders, the upper back. If you'd like to come into it, take one of your blocks to the top of your mat and place it in the center. Take your other block and place it perpendicular to that block. Slowly lower down with the shoulders touching the first block. You may need to adjust this to allow it to become comfortable. And lower the back of your head on top of the block. The legs can go out straight. They can bend towards the ceiling, or you can come into the butterfly variation, once again coming into the hips and inner thigh area. Arms can rest either by the legs or come overhead to open up the shoulders more, or even up to the sides as well. Supported fish can also be done using a pillow or bolster and one block, where you place one block in the center of your mat and you prop up your bolster or pillow on top of it. And from there, you bring your hips to the edge of the pillow and lower down onto your back. It's a little more useful when you have a longer pillow or bolster that's maybe a little bit more sturdy, but this is also a very good option that's more supportive. Take your time setting up your final resting pose. Scan through the body, starting at the top of the head, and sending awareness like water all the way down to the feet. Bring gentle awareness to the space between your eyebrows. Release tension from this space. Awareness to your throat. Release tension. Your chest, shoulders, elbows, wrists, and hands. Gentle awareness to your core, hips, knees, ankles, and feet. Bring gentle awareness to your entire body. Release tension. In the next few moments, simply allow yourself to be with no worries in the present, the future, or the past. Simply be here and allow yourself to relax. Stay in their final resting pose for as long as you would like, an option to pause the video here. Otherwise, begin to invite gentle movements to the fingers and toes. and circles to the ankles and feet. If your legs are open in the butterfly variation, go ahead and draw the knees together, maybe using the hands as support. Bring the arms up and overhead for one last full body stretch. And if it's comfortable for you to do so, slowly make your way to one side and rest your head on your bicep slowly, and as you're ready, lift up into a comfortable seated position. The eyes can remain heavy here. Inhale, arms overhead, palms come to touch. Exhale, lower palms to third eye center. Loka samasta sukhi no bhavantu. May all beings everywhere find peace and happiness, and might my words, thoughts, and actions create an environment of peace and happiness for others. Bow towards one another to close off the practice. Thank you again for joining, and I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day.